Hey everyone, it's Charlie Morgan here and welcome to Imperium Academy. I am so excited and so thrilled to be bringing this program to you and to make this introduction video to explain exactly how this program works and how you can get the most out of it to start making money and making money online through building a business. Now, my name's Charlie, for those of you who don't know me. I've been in business online for the last 10 years. I've got a decade of experience here. In that time, I've made more than $40 million selling online high-ticket digital products to businesses. And in that time, I've signed more than 4,000 clients, and I've helped my clients make an estimated $500 million in revenue selling online high-ticket products to businesses, consumers, whatever that might look like. I'm talking agency businesses, I'm talking coaching businesses, I'm talking consulting businesses. And so what this program is designed to help you do is start an agency, coaching or consulting business in any niche, in any service, and help you get to the point where you're making real money and have some financial freedom. And I've been doing this for 10 years. So I've put, I think, about 30,000 hours of my life into figuring this stuff out. And as I come into my 10th year of my entrepreneurship career, looking back, I thought it would be good to spend an entire year taking my 30,000 hours and $40 million and $500 million of experience doing this and teaching this and compiling everything that I know into a one-stop shop program that is unprecedented. Now, you've probably been through the odd Make Money Online course before. You might have been in a community, maybe you spent $1,000 here or something. What you're about to consume over the course of the next 6 weeks as you work through these videos is something that you'll have never experienced before. I've put my heart and soul quite literally into these videos, and what you're about to watch completely for free is 30,000 hours and $40 million of real-time, real-world, practical business experience in video form that you can consume in a linear, step-by-step fashion. And what I'm going to do is walk you through how to start a business from nothing. It doesn't matter if you have no experience or no expertise. It doesn't matter if you have no money. It doesn't matter if you're an introvert and have no confidence and really shy. It doesn't matter where you are in your life. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter whether you're a boy or a girl, where you're from, what accent you have. None of that matters. I'm going to show you how to do this in a way that is scientific, clinical, logical, rational, and you're going to have every single step-by-step process that you need to start making money online. And not like a little bit of money. I'm not talking like some little passive income thing here. I'm talking about helping you build a real business that has commercial value that you can use to fund a lifestyle that would make you happy or eventually go on to sell to make millions and millions of dollars, as I have as well. And so what I'm going to do in this video is break down a few little housekeeping rules, if you'd like, for the program so that you can get the most out of it. But I wanted to record this on camera to just put a face to the name and just tell you a little bit about my background. And I'm going to share a little bit more about me and why you can trust me to help you through this in a second, because it's very important off the bat that we establish a relationship, because you need to understand that if you listen to me, you'll get what you want. So I want to just give you a bit of background on who the hell I am and what I've done, so you actually think like, okay, this guy actually knows what he's talking about and he's not out to get me for some malevolent reason, if that makes sense. So I'm going to cut a clip in. We're going to get into the introduction and I'll see you there. Okay, so again, welcome to Imperium Academy. Here I am in the corner of the screen. So I want you to be sure to watch this video in full, all the way through, because it contains extremely important information that will set you up for guaranteed success with this program. Now, here's a fun fact for you about introduction videos in programs like these. You're 170% more likely to get results, i.e. get clients, make money, build a business, become financially free, if you watch the introduction video and all the other videos in full. I know this to be true because I've served more than 4,000 to 4,500 clients, and we've got so much data on all of these things from introduction videos. So watch the whole thing. So the first thing is, again, why the hell should you listen to me? Well, I'm Charlie Morgan, and over the next 6 weeks, you're going to get to know me very well. Now, a lot of you joining this community will have no idea who I am, so we're going to start off by getting to know each other a little bit. Now, I'm well aware that there's no shortage of people out there who will promise you that they can help you start a business. They're probably stood in front of a Lamborghini or wearing a Rolex or something, and they're going to tell you that they can help you make money online, as I'm sure you're aware. So the question is, why the fuck should you listen to me instead of them? Yeah, it's a fair question to ask. I'm just a dude who's sat in a little flat in England trying to hide a receding hairline behind a company logo. Like, I'm not fooling anyone here, right? Well, what I'm going to do is give you some reasons as to why you can trust me and why you should listen and why this is actually going to work for you, okay? So first of all, I've built 3 businesses over the last 10 years. So I built a marketing agency from 0 to 100K a month in 2 years. I built a coaching business from 0 to 250K a month in 18 months, and a consulting business from 0 to $1 million a month in just under 3 years. Now, second, in the process of the above, I've signed more than 4,500 clients in this space, and I've made more than $40 million selling online and digital products. And recently we did an estimate for marketing purposes on how much money we've made our clients, and it's estimated to be about $500 million in transacted value for our clients. So we know a thing or two about making money online. These are all online businesses. So third, I was at 10K a month when I was 18. I became a millionaire at 21, and I got to 8 figures by 25. So I've been this sort of, high achiever, so to speak. Now, fourth, I'm truly financially free. I have my literal dream life, and I'm literally living my dream. I get to build sick businesses and products. I get to buy anything I want, make a shit ton of money, do whatever I want, whenever I want, and I'm free in terms of my time, location, and financial situation. And I've made this course to help you achieve the same thing. Now, truly, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, none of this is to flex on you or to brag. I couldn't care less about any of that. It's just to let you know that the stuff that you're about to learn in this course works. I haven't just created some theory crafted thing here that I've just pulled out of my ass randomly from ChatGPT or something. No. This is real-time practical stuff. It's 10 years of exponential business success wrapped up in tiny, nice, neat, step-by-step instructions that can be followed and executed by anyone. No matter what your experience is or financial situation is, if you have access to a Wi-Fi and you have the ability to listen, you're going to be fine. So again, I've got a combined audience of nearly 400K online. And if it helps, I've been through the whole live in a mansion, on the Palm in Dubai and drive supercars phase. Just so you know that I'm mega big boy rich. I've done these things. I've done all the lifestyle shit. I've had the watches, I've had the cars and the house and the lifestyle and all the travel. None of that matters, all right? Look, the thing is you're going to see lots of people online who are going to seem very wealthy and very rich, and they're going to show you their vlog of them buying a new watch or them buying their new car or wrapping their G-Wagon or whatever. And, you're going to be tempted to be drawn to them and to listen to them and to buy their course so that you can have the same thing. I don't rely on any of that to get clients and to get customers. I rely on product quality and cohesive, proper business strategy, okay? So I've done this before. You can see me here. I'm the only person on the planet to make a 300 grand Lamborghini look uncool. Can't really take myself seriously in one of those. And here's me with my house on the Palm in Dubai, right? Paying stupid amounts of money in rent. Very silly. But anyway, none of that matters. I've come to learn that all that stuff is complete bullshit. Now, I don't want you to listen to me because of what I've bought. I want you to listen to me because of what I've built, okay? So I'm not going to sit here with 3 Rolexes on my wrist and 17 Moldovan models in the back and tell you this, buy my course. Because no. Second of all, there's nothing for you to buy here. This is all free, okay? But it wasn't always like this. So here I am at 18 years old, looking a little bit too prepubescent to be 18 years old. But I hope you're ready for a quick motivational sob story. So I was dead broke at 18. I got to 10K a month by the end of my, just before I turned 19. But at the start, it was a bad time for me. So I dropped out of uni, dead broke. I went to university or college, as you'd call it in America, full of hope. But I regretted my decision a few months later and I left. This left me with no direction, no hope, and obviously dead broke. I had $100 in my bank account. At the time, I had £83 in my bank account, and I think I was like 1 or 2 semesters in debt as well. So I was actually negative. And I got a job making $4 an hour as an apprentice. I know that sounds illegal, but it's not. I was basically a virtual assistant at this point. Quite frankly, I was fucking miserable. I was riddled with anxiety about the future and not proud of a single aspect of my past or present life. I had nothing to show for my achievements, didn't have any friends, didn't have a girlfriend, still lived at home, didn't have, I wasn't making good money, didn't have any prospects, didn't have any trajectory, didn't have any ambitions or dreams, just loser. I had a crippling video game addiction, I drank a lot, I'd eat junk food, no impulse control, I was just a loser. Now, In the UK, we would say I was in the bin. And all I wanted was to be successful. And I wanted it real bad. And what you can see on the right-hand corner of this right-hand side here is me at 18 years old making cold calls for my first marketing agency, the one that we talked about here. So this is at the very beginning. Okay, so going from 0 to 100K a month in 2 years. Here I am in, I think, the height of November or December. I've got 3 jumpers on because there's no heating in this outdoor shed. And you can see I've got my script here and my laptop to make my cold calls and my headphones here. And I got my dad to take this photo because I said, Dad, and I'm not even joking, I said, Dad, one day I'm going to need this photo so I can look back at it and convince people that I actually did the right thing. And I think he supported me very well, to be fair, my father, but they all thought I was mad. Yeah, Charlie's dropped out, he needs to get a normal job. So how the hell did this kid, this loser, this child, to be fair, I'm still a bit childish, but how the hell did this kid turn his life around and become a multi-millionaire and make $40 million and help his clients make $500 million not even 10 years later? Like, how the hell does that happen? Like, that's pretty big change. So something has to happen because, 9 times out of 10, this kid just ends up working in McDonald's. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. But 9 times out of 10, this guy just ends up in the 9 to 5 rat race with a mortgage to pay and gets excited about nothing, right? So what the hell's going on there? Well, there's 2 things that caused this to happen. First of all, it was the right information. So it was the right critical information transfer from a mentor who had done it before. And second of all, it was a disgusting work ethic to apply that information from a deep need and desire to succeed. All it took for me to make this change was for me to find the right information and basically get to work. And that's why I've made this program. And that's why I've just put the last year of my life and the last, God knows how many hours into making this thing for you, because I can give you the right information now and I can be that mentor to you because I've been where you are and I am where you want to be, probably a little bit further ahead. You might just want to make 10 grand a month, right? And I see exactly what you have to do and what information you have to apply. And if you have the work ethic and the need to make this happen, I can give you the information and I can give it to you for free. I don't need your money, okay? So it's pretty exciting stuff. So you probably have the desire to succeed and you will do everything you can. You will fight tooth and nail to get there. I can't help you with this bit. Well, I can actually in week 2, and you'll find more about that in a second. It's very exciting. But I'm here to provide number 1. I'm here to be that mentor to you that I was fortunate enough to have when I was younger. Now, I've made this program and the content in it completely for free for the kid on the screen. So you see me here. When I made this program, I made it with this guy in mind, okay? Because, I was the market. And if I had this program way back then, I would have suffered so much less on my journey towards success. So I've made this for those of you who are down bad, in a bad place in life, in the dumps, miserable with little hope. And I've got you. All right, oh boy, have I got you here. Like, honestly, the worse your situation is right now, the happier you should be about this, because the story that you're going to be able to tell after applying this shit for a year or 2, like, the deeper, darker hole you're in, like the greater the transcendence. Like, I'm not saying that you want to put yourself in a bad place, but I want to give you just a little bit of hope here. I don't care how long you've been struggling for. I don't care, but obviously I do, right? But my point here is the program doesn't care. It doesn't matter where you are right now, you can get where you want to go with this information if you want it bad enough. And it can be done. If you have access to the right mentorship or the right information and you work really, and I mean really bloody hard. Now, I know this to be true because I did it, and this program is going to show you exactly how. So as a disclaimer here, this program, Imperium Academy, is designed to put you through the ringer. It's going to be hard work. And it's really imperative that you have that expectation set and that you understand that right now, you accept it. This is not a get rich quick thing. Hell, this isn't even a get rich a little bit quick thing. This is going to take some time. It's going to take yeah, sure, the content's only 6 weeks and you can blast through it and get a client as fast as possible. But to build real, proper, consistent business machines that generate you wealth and capital value, that takes some real time to get to the point where you're properly financially free and you don't have any money stresses anymore and you've got passive income coming from the business and from investments. That takes a long time and it takes a significant amount of sacrifice and a lot of work. And so if you're watching this right now and you just want to, click a few buttons around, find a shiny object and then just print money, that's not how the world works. That's not how making money works. I know I've probably got 300-400 millionaires in my network, from anything from one to even, I know some billionaires. None of them made it or got there like that, okay? So let me give you a quick program walkthrough. So now that you understand my background, I'm going to walk you through the program. So what we have here, and you might see that this is formatted a little bit differently in terms of graphics and stuff, maybe, I don't know, but we'll see, is we have this thing. So this is the community. And in the community, you'll find posts about the program, questions, wins, and fun. So right now, and this might change, we have 3 categories. Obviously, it looks a bit empty right now because, well, we haven't launched this yet. So I've just got my team members in here. But what you can see is 3 categories. We've got general, wins, and fun. And so basically, what you can do at any time is you can come in here and you can write a post like this, and you can attach a picture or a link or a video or a poll or emojis or a GIF, and then you can select your category and post a post. So if you have a question about something in the program and you want help from the community or from the coaches, then you can come in here and, you know, if you want to post about something you've done, you're proud of an achievement, you can celebrate it by clicking wins. And if it's just something that's fun, you just want to share something that's kind of interesting or funny or for whatever reason, then you can do that. And we encourage that as well. And you just post it. And posts, they look something like this, and you're able to engage with them like with GIFs and attachments and stuff like that. Secondly, we have the classroom with Swag Caesar. For those of you who don't know who Caesar is, you really need to do some reading. You don't, it doesn't matter. So what we have is week 1, which is business genesis. Then we have week 2, which is self-transcendence. Then we have week 3, which is client results. Then we have week 4, which is closing clients. Week 5, booking appointments, and week 6, operations. Now, as of me recording this, operations is still yet to be completed. So when you join, it might be there. It might still say coming soon, depending on when you join, okay? And so the classroom is designed to be consumed in step-by-step fashion. And so obviously you're starting in Business Genesis with the introductory video. And what you'll see is all the videos are labeled in order, okay? And you can see as you go through here, we've got like week 3.1, 2, 3, and all of these videos are designed to be consumed in a step-by-step fashion. Now, I understand the temptation to get into here and be like, oh, I just want the scripts, and oh, I'm just going to go to closing clients, and I just want to watch this video and everything. No. If you do that, you won't get any results at all, okay? So you start with week 1, you finish week 1, you consume the content, you be patient, you do the action items. You go to week 2, same again. You go to week 3, same again. This is designed to help you build a business from scratch to scale, from beginning to end, from beginner to expert. And the only way that we can make that happen is if you consume the content in the way that I've laid it out. I've meticulously planned this, okay? Then we have the calendar. Now, right now, there aren't any events on this calendar, so I can't show you any examples. But what you'll be able to see when you click on this tab is some live streams with me or other people in my team here and there, where you can hop on and ask me or us questions about building this business or just anything you want to ask in general out of curiosity, as long as it's within reason, because we've had some weird questions before from people. And so you can see that in here. You can just join them directly in school. And then you can see a list of members here. And then we have this pretty cool feature called the map. And what the map basically does is it shows you if there's other people nearby to you. Okay, and so don't worry, this will be turned on by default, but what you'll notice is that the pins, these little things, are off by 10 miles. So it doesn't actually specifically put your exact location here, because, you know, if it did, like for example, you can see me here, this is me, right? And I'm living in London, but for those of you that turn up right here, this is not where I do not live in this petrol station or pub, right? Same thing here. This is Bo, my business partner, and Bo doesn't live here, right? So don't worry about the pins being like, oh my God, people are gonna know where I live, because, you know, this is like there's like a 10 mile radius around here, okay? But it's pretty cool because what the map allows you to do as we get, you know, thousands of people in here is if you click on the map, you'll be able to see like, oh, there's someone in this program who's joined recently who's literally 10 miles away from me. And that way you can start making friends on the same journey as you and building community and network which I think is pretty awesome. So you can check the map out in your own time. So a quick breakdown of the classroom content. So it might seem like, all these fancy words, and you're going to look at the videos and think like, oh my God, like, what does all this mean? Don't worry about any of it. Just consume it in step-by-step format. It's all going to be very apparent and clear. And I'll walk you through the videos in a second here. So week 1 is business genesis. And this is basically setting up your business and its foundations. So in business genesis, what we're basically doing is, we're helping you start the business. Okay. And a lot of you are going to be tempted to skip this, and you're not going to want to do the niche thing and the research thing and the offer thing. But this is incredibly comprehensive training on A to Z business setup. So you've actually got your foundations in place so that when you build this business, the foundations that you're building up from are sturdy, to say the least. Okay. Then we have week 2, which is self-transcendence, which is basically where we help you build an insane motivation and work ethic. Like, the whole point of week 2 is to make it so that you just are a bloody workhorse. Like, if you've ever struggled with motivation, or you're kind of lazy, or you're inconsistent, like, this thing it will fix you in a heartbeat. And I'm really excited for you to go through week 2, because this is where, like, week 2 is really the big need. This is the thing, like, I'm not going to spoil it too much, but week 2 is going to blow your fucking mind. And I'm not even trying to, like, I'm downplaying it. Like, when you watch that, you'll come out of it like a different human in every way. It literally will completely transcend your understanding of reality and the world, and you'll become a different person in a good way. And it's going to help you. If you watch it, you'll just unlimited motivation glitch. You'll never ever feel like you want to be lazy or inconsistent again. So I'm excited for that. And you'll get there. Week 3 is client results. So in week 3, what we're doing is helping you basically become an expert and learn how to deliver for clients. So don't worry, the business model in question here will be explained in full detail, because you're like, wait, what am I doing here? Like, what's this business model? How does it work? How do I get a client? Like, how do I get them results? Well, you're going to have a million questions swirling around in your head. What I want you to know is I've answered every single question. I've left no stone unturned in this process, and they will all be answered in linear form, in order of which you need them to be answered. And so what we're doing in week 3 is I'm basically helping you become an expert so you have something to sell. Because what we're basically selling here is consulting or agency or coaching services, where you're going to be teaching people things, or helping people do things, or doing things for people. And you need to know how to do that. And so if you don't know anything about anything, that's absolutely fine, because you might be like, well, who do I help? And what's my niche? And all these questions start spinning, but don't worry, it's all there. Okay. So week 4 is closing clients. So this is basically where I'm going to teach you my closing framework for sales, okay? Because part of getting a client and part of making money is talking to people and convincing them to buy your services, okay? Or buy your product, or whatever it is. And so in week 4, I'll give you my entire process and framework for closing people and getting people over the line in one Zoom call. Week 5 is booking appointments. So basically, in order for us to sell someone, we have to talk to them in the first place and get them on what we call an appointment. And an appointment is basically a sales call, or a discovery call, or whatever the hell you want to call it, right? Maybe you've even booked one yourself before for someone else, or, for a different company to talk to someone. And so, think of it like if you go to the gym, and you want to go to a gym, and the gym is like, okay, well, to register for the gym, you need to book an initial consultation so that we can walk you around the gym and show you the product and get you to buy the thing. That's basically what we're doing here with booking appointments, okay? And so what we're doing in week 5 is I'm breaking down the strategies, and honestly, like, this is, in terms of accessibility and like how this thing's free, this is the best training you're ever going to find on booking appointments, because I've booked collectively for all my clients, like, probably more than 1 million appointments. Honestly, it's probably more than that. Like, if I think about, I know for Imperium specifically, I mean, like, and all the businesses combined, we've literally booked like hundreds of thousands of appointments. Like, it's ridiculous. So I'm pretty much the best in the world at that and helping people do that. So we're going to break that down in week 5. And then week 6 is operations. So building systems to make sure the business runs nice and smoothly. Again, a lot of this content and the names and the terminologies, it might seem intimidating right now, and it might seem like it's like you're not ready yet and you're not here yet, and you just don't worry about any of it. All right, it's all going to be laid out like Lego in step-by-step form, just simple little instructions with no complexity. You're going to be just fine. So again, don't worry, the business model, the agency thing, the consultant thing, the coaching, what the hell does that mean? It's all going to be broken down in all of its glory in the next couple of videos. Now, importantly, again, to remind you, the content has been designed to be watched in order. There's a reason why it's labeled week 1, and there's a reason why the videos are labeled accordingly through numbers, okay? Step by step. That's the whole point of this program. If you just follow the steps and you listen to the instructions, you'll be fine, okay? This entire program is step by step, and it's been built to be completed accordingly. For the sake of your results and your financial future and the financial future of your family, not to mention, please do not skip videos or skip ahead anywhere. We're going to build this thing together from the ground up. I can turn you into a millionaire, but only if you trust me and listen to me on this thing. Now, the total watch time is 80 hours. I didn't say it was going to be a short thing. I've got no interest in delivering surface level shit here. The depth of this content is unparalleled. There is nothing that you'll ever find that will ever come close to the level of detail that we've gone into here. And you read that right, it's about 80 hours long, and it won't be easy to work through this. This program is not for people who want a shiny object or a quick fix. It's for people who are serious about their financial futures and who are committed to working through the whole thing, listening intently and following action items. Now, to put this into perspective for you, it took me I've done the math here, it took me 2,500 hours, just a little bit more than that actually, but it took me about 2,500 hours over an entire year to create this content. This is how seriously I've taken this, and that's how seriously I want you to take it too. Now, not to mention that it took me 10 years to learn all this stuff, and some of these videos that you're going to watch took me an entire month to make. And what this means is that for every hour of content that you watch, it took me about 30 hours to make. Okay? So if you can't be bothered to just watch an hour of content, well, think about making it for 30 hours, right? It's just a perspective shift for you. Now, as you work through this program, you'll soon see what this level of dedication looks like. The content will be unlike anything you've ever watched before, with ideas and strategies that you've never seen before or would even have thought of, okay? This is truly like top level shit. And I know that I'm tooting my own trumpet here, and I'm not displaying any level of humility with the quality of the product. It's fucking insane. And I'm not the kind of person to sit on a high horse and tell you how amazing I am. I know it might have seemed like that at the start, but that's for the sake of building authority. We can talk about that another day. But my Lord, if there's one thing that I've done well, it's build this, okay? It will completely reset the bar for this entire industry, and it's going to make you guys, thousands of you guys, millionaires. It's going to get tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people to 6 figures, 7 figures, and it's free. So it's a pretty cool deal. Now, on the free thing, you might actually be wondering, what the hell? For a second, why is it free? And where's the catch? And where's the pitch? And where's the credit card number that I need? What the hell's going on here? What's the catch? There's no way that this guy has spent an entire year of his life making something completely for free for me to consume. Why isn't he selling this for thousands of dollars like everyone else? And why isn't this information gate-kept behind a credit card or something? Is he out of his mind? Well, that's a very fair question to ask, and I asked the last one a few times myself. These are fair questions to ask, and really there's two answers to this question. Answer one is the political answer that isn't the entire truth, but is certainly true. I'm already rich, and I don't need money from people who don't have much. This industry is riddled with scammers and dishonest players, and I'm sick of this whole internet money scamming space. It's gone too far. And I think it's honestly just time that someone created a platform that levels the playing field, a platform and a safe space that you and everyone else who wants to can come to learn how to do it the right way for real without risking your bank account or your credit score. Trust me, I've seen it all. I've seen so many gurus come and go. I've been seeing them for 10 years now. And I just think it's just time that someone just puts their foot down on all of these people, all the gurus that sell the low ticket stuff, and just says, look guys, I've made something better than all of you combined, and it's free. So suck on that and go back to your Forex signal trading scheme. Stay out of my lane. Do you know what I mean? It's just time that someone did that, in my opinion, who just basically built the best product and made it free. So that's the first reason, is to help people. Now, the second reason, which is obviously, a little bit more business-like, if you'd like, this is a sales strategy for me. I'm not going to hide my intentions here or lie to you in any way, shape or form, or pretend that I don't have my own best interests at heart here. This course is a funnel, okay? And a funnel, if you're wondering, is a sales strategy designed to get you to buy my products. So the whole reason that I've put my heart and soul into this, not the whole reason, but one of the reasons that I've put my whole soul into this and a year of my life, is to create something that is so good and so valuable for free that you feel that you almost have no choice but to climb the ladder of my product suite. Because if I do this favor to you and I help you get clients and become financially free without anything in return, you naturally feel obligated. Oh, well, I probably should buy the rest of his stuff because it's going to be better. And if you think this is good, if you think the free stuff is good, my Lord, you wait until you see my paid stuff. There's one thing I'm good at in this world. It's making long form educational content on building these businesses and client acquisition. The products we have above this one trump this in every way. So you'll see what I mean by that. Now, I'm going to get you results here. This program, if you follow the instructions, will work. You'll start making real money, and then you'll be able to buy my products that cost money using the money you made from this program. So my whole strategy here is to help you make money, so you then give that money to me. All right, I'm being honest with you. Like, I'm not trying to hide anything. Like, if we're going to do this and we're going to build this sort of parasocial mentorship relationship here, it's imperative that you understand my intentions. Like, I want to turn you into a customer, but I think that the easiest and fairest and most beautiful way for me to do that is to help you in such a significant way that you want more help. Does that make sense? So that's the deal. You can do this whole thing for free. You don't have to buy my shit. I don't care. You don't have to come up and upsell. Like, it doesn't matter. We've got loads of clients as it is, but it would be great. And this free program is a way for me to encourage you to trust me to buy from me. That's me being honest, candid, and transparent. And I want to get that out of the way so we can set really clear expectations with you here so that we can build this business together with a proper understanding of each other's intentions. So that's I'm not going to pitch you. This is the thing. This is the catch. The catch is I help you so much that you then want to buy more stuff from me. That's the catch. There isn't anything else to it. Everything else is, you're all good. Does that make sense? So yeah, I think that the fact that this is already the case, that it's time that someone just called bullshit on this entire industry and just stomped everyone with something that's better than everything combined, that's cheap and everything combined. But on top of that, by doing that, I set myself up for remarkable long-term commercial success because of the natural law of altruism and reciprocity. And that's just what I want to do. So we've got to get your results first though, hey? That's why I've made it so good, by the way, because it can only get you results and make me money if it's so good. So a quick introduction to my company on this note. So my company is called Imperium Acquisition, and this is our website here. Now, it'll look different probably when you come to look at it, because we're going to have different product suites in here and stuff like that. And some shit will be rebranded, but that's the website. So Imperium Acquisition, we basically help agency owners, coaches, and consultants and other business-to-business service providers get more clients and scale up. That's kind of our thing. And so we have a few products, right? So we've got Imperium Academy. So this product you're going through now, which will teach you how to start an agency coaching or consulting business, okay? Then we have something called Easy Grow, Acquisition Nirvana, and High Ticket Heaven. Now, Acquisition Nirvana and High Ticket Heaven, you don't have to worry about these things. High Ticket Heaven is basically a private group specifically for entrepreneurs in this space who are already making like multi-6, 7 figures. So if you're watching this for some reason and you're already making like multi-6 or 7 figures and you're watching this video, I don't know why you would, but if you are, then you can talk to us about High Ticket Heaven. You can find information online, right? But most of you aren't going to be in that position, right? So the only two products that concern you are Imperium Academy, which is this one, totally free program and community for beginners who want step-by-step instructions on how to build a profitable business from scratch with no experience. The second one, which is the one that I'm going to be pitching you and basically talking about throughout this program, is Easy Grow. So trumpets please, dun 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 dun, Easy Grow. That's the name of the product that I want you to buy after you've been through this and after I've added so much value to you and your life and your financial situation that you basically fall in love with me. No homo, in whatever way you want. You can do whatever the hell you want. So Easy Grow, shouldn't have said that, but Easy Grow is a paid program for early stage agency owners, coaches, consultants, and B2B service providers who want to scale their client acquisition and grow rapidly. So Imperium Academy is designed to help you start the business, get a couple of clients in, and start making some money. It's just designed to just springboard you to working for yourself and having a little bit of freedom. Easy Grow is designed to take that business that you've started and basically put fuel on the fire and blow it up. And not in a bad way, blow it up in terms of like get you way more clients, build these systems, make it routine, make it consistent, remove the chaos, remove you, and basically go from being like a sort of freelancer almost where you're just doing all the work yourself to a proper like multi-seven figure agency owner or coach or consultant, if that makes sense. So this is where we start getting the first few clients, making some money, just becoming an entrepreneur. And then this is where we scale. Like we take that thing and just whoosh, like I'll show you some results in a second. You'll find them insane. Now, my flagship product is Easy Grow, and the thing that I'm teeing you up to buy is Easy Grow. And again, I'm just making my intentions very apparent and clear here, all right? I don't want anyone turning around and saying, oh, Charlie keeps pitching us in the program, because I'm telling you right now, I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep mentioning Easy Grow, and it's going to be something that you might even get a bit sick of, but it's going to keep happening, all right? So that's just the expectation I'm setting, and it's the only thing that I ask is you put up with that, if that makes sense. So Easy Grow is a program specifically on high-ticket client acquisition. It helps agencies, coaching consultants, and other B2B companies build systems to get clients, scale up, and grow their businesses. Now, to be honest, again, I am going to mention Easy Grow, and I'll make the odd pitch to you. If you pardon the pun, there is no pun to pardon, of course, but I'm going to make the odd pitch. Every now and then, I'm just going to gently nudge you, be like, do you want to buy Easy Grow yet? And you might not be ready, and that's fine. You don't have to buy it. There's no obligation to buy it, but there will come a point in your entrepreneurial career, if you listen to me, that you will need it. And when you need it, you can come to us and we will happily sell it to you. So I want you to buy Easy Grow. I want you to eventually graduate from Imperium Academy to Easy Grow. So think of Easy Grow kind of like this. It's kind of like a graduation thing. So it's kind of like a ticket. It's like a way out. Like once you've done Imperium Academy, you've built the business, you've kind of started. Easy Grow is the next sort of level. It's how you level up from the sort of college basketball league to the NBA, or from Division 1 to Challenger League, whatever. I don't even know what video game ranking systems are anymore, but you get my point. It's a level up. And that's the second reason I've made this course. So just don't be surprised when I mention it. That's just me being honest, and I want to get that out of the way at the start. So to tee you up for the sale that was not happening now, okay? I don't want you to buy this thing now. You're not ready for it. If you're just starting, there's no call to action here. I'm not pitching you. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it, okay? I know it's going to seem like I'm pitching you, but again, you can do with that. Well, you can just, it's up to you, right? Easy Grow, rated 5 stars on Trustpilot, more than 900 reviews, 4,000 clients, 99.7% success rate. We've made more than $500 million of clients estimated using the program, thousands of six-figure clients, hundreds of millionaire clients, nearly 4,000 case studies, testimonials, and social proof. We spent more than $5 million on developing it, and it's by far the best ways to get clients if you're an agency owner, coach, consultant, or course seller, or B2B service provider, and it rocks. And I can show you some examples of results real quick here. We've literally got like hundreds of these client interviews of people just adding obscene amounts of monthly revenue, and I'll just scroll so you can just kind of see these interviews here. You kind of get the point, right? There's a lot of them, okay? Anyway, I won't overcook it. Anyway, don't worry about it for now. No, nothing to buy, nothing to pitch, nowhere for you to go. Don't worry. I'll bring it up throughout the training. When you're ready, you can apply. It'll be clear how to apply. I just want to clear the air and tell you why this program is free. You're under no obligation to buy anything, and you'll have access to Imperium Academy and all the resources here no matter what. So you can look past my pitches. I hope you can. You can apply for Easy Grow by visiting the link below in the classroom of every video. So you'll be able to see it in here. You'll see apply for Easy Grow, and there'll just be a little link you can click here, which will take you through to a page. All right. So whenever you want to do that, you can. Whenever. If you never want to do it, it's fine by me. I'm still making this program for you for free to help you level up and become financially free. If you pay me or not, I couldn't care. Okay. So then that is out of the way. Now we can be friends again. So anyway, week 1, week 2 importance. So this is imperative, and I've kind of alluded to this already. Quick heads up. 80% of your results will come from what you learn in week 1 and week 2. Let me say that again. 80% of your results will come from what you learn in week 1 and week 2. By far and large, the most important videos in this program are week 1 and week 2. And I know that it might not seem that way because you're all shiny objecting to the closing and the booking and the results and the ops, but trust me when I say business genesis and sales transcendence, if you just get those 2 things right, you could figure out the rest of it on your own, okay? I know you're keen to get into the shiny objects, but you must understand that the foundations and mental space you're in matter more than anything, okay? 80% of business success is in your mind. It's in your brain, it's in your business foundations, and it's in how you think and see the world and your behavior. So I'll repeat what I said earlier. Please do not skip week 1, and please do not skip week 2, please. So action items and resources. So what the videos basically look like, as you probably can see, is you'll have the video here. Obviously you know how to click a video because you're watching this video. But you'll see what we're going to cover here, and you'll see resources in the resources section below. But what you'll find as you go through the content, and as I'm sort of walking you through the documents on the screen, is you're going to find action items. Okay? And so anytime that you see a alarm emoji, kind of like this, with bold text next to it, saying action item, as in I couldn't make it any clearer if I tried, then you know that there is an action item, and they'll always be labeled accordingly. So what I don't like is courses or books or content, which is just information. What I've done throughout the videos is littered action items. And so anytime there's some information you need to act on or produce something from the information, it will become very clear when you need to do that. And what I can tell you is the way that this program is built to work is all you have to do is listen to the information properly, so you take it on board, and every time you see an action item, just do the action item. That's all you've got to do. I've removed the need for you to think in 101 ways. Like, all you've got to do is just do the actions that I tell you to do when I tell you to do them, and you'll actually build a successful business. Because again, I've made my clients $500 million building these businesses and teaching people how to build these businesses. I've made myself $40 million. Like, I know what to do, and I know what actions work, and I know what actions don't work. And if you listen to me and do them, then they will work for you as they have worked for me and 4,000 other clients, right? So complete every action item given. It's imperative. Do not skip any. Like, I know some of them are going to, some of the action items are going to seem painful. They're going to seem pointless. You're going to be like, do I have to do this? Do I really need to do this? Yes, is the simple answer. Don't put them off. Don't proceed to the next video. This is the rule. Don't proceed to the next video in the program or classroom until you've completed each action item for the previous video. Not every video has action items. Okay, some of them are just videos you just need to watch and just work your way through. This is crucial because there's no point in having the information to get results if you don't apply it. Every action item has been meticulously planned out. Now, all the videos come with a PDF resource, just like this one, colorful and formatted accordingly, which is downloadable for free. And you can access this and store it whenever and wherever you want. These PDFs and other supporting resources, docs, sheets, and visuals, can be found in the resources section below the videos. So anytime you want to download the resource that I'm referring to, like in the next one, for example, you can come down in the resources section, open it up here, and it will open up, and you will have the option to download it in the top right-hand corner. If you want it in Google Doc format, you can click here, and it will take you through to a Google document where you can make a copy for yourself or download it in a different format if you so wish, okay? And you can find it here. Other resources, like the roadmap for the program in the next video, are also accompanied in the resources section. And you can see that, I know this sort of PDF, this Google Doc isn't that long. Some of these videos have the incredibly comprehensive Google Docs, okay? It took me a long time to make them, so pay attention. You can see them down here, okay? Now, how to consume the content. Now, I'm not here to teach you how to suck eggs, you know, which I've always thought is a very weird phrase, to be quite honest, because who sucks an egg? But you know what I mean. Maybe you do. I don't know. I'm not going to judge you for it. You can suck an egg if you want to suck an egg. Anyway, let's stay on track, shall we, before we descend. So how to consume the content. So a couple of rules, because right now you probably consume content in a certain way. You probably are on short form content. You probably watch YouTube. You probably can't even watch like a Netflix show without being on your phone. You probably listen to music whilst you're doing shit. Like, you probably speed everything up because you just so need to be stimulated. Your dopamine receptors are all fucked. Here's some rules for you with this content. Never watch the content with your phone on your desk, and never watch the content with any notifications on ever. Never watch the content with other tabs open. Never watch the content on 2x speed or sped up. You know, you can watch it at 1.25 speed if you need to, but never watch it on 2x speed. Never watch the content whilst doing something else. Headphones on, lock in, no disturbances. Remember, and I can't stress this enough, if you actually listen, and I'm not coming from some like high horse position of lecturing here. Like, I'm serious about your success. If you actually listen to these videos and pay deep attention to the nuances and the intricacies and apply them, you will make money and you will succeed. There is no excuse anymore. It's free. It's 80 hours of the most in-depth training on how to start a business in the history of the world. Nothing comes close to how good this stuff is. And I know that's a bold statement, but you'll see as you go through it. The only way this won't work is if you don't pay attention. So I don't want to, at the end of the day, I can't force you to do this. I've just got your best interest at heart, right? So if you're like watching the content, you're kind of like just like half paying attention whilst you're scrolling through a phone, or you're just like, oh, I'm just talking to someone on Facebook Messenger whilst I'm swiping on Tinder at the same time. I don't know what the hell, and I'm sucking an egg. I don't know what you get up to, right? It's up to you. But I'm telling you, pay attention. Warning, these videos are long. Sometimes the average video length can be 3 hours. The longest video in this program is 4 hours and 37 minutes. And you'll find that sweet little gem in week 2 when you get round to it. It's a 5-hour recording in one go. It's awful, but it's fucking sick. You'll love it. If you can't sit through long-form educational videos without desperately dopaminergically stimming with some high dopamine activity, how the hell are you going to build a business? Like, most people can't even watch a movie these days. Like, it's way harder than this. Like, oh, the videos are too long. How do you watch the videos? They're too long. Like, brother, you can't watch a 3-hour video. Like, how on earth are you going to build a company? Watch the videos with intent, focus, and concentration. Put your short form brain to bed and get yourself locked in. Okay? Now, a couple of little rules about what this is. Now, look, I've seen free programs in the past. Most of them suck because the content sucks. But the thing is I've seen these free communities, and they often descend into debauchery and treachery, for lack of better words. It's not really treachery, but you know what I mean. They just get weird. So there's a couple of little rules that I want to lay down here for you in the community. First of all, this is not a self-improvement forum. Very important that you understand this. This is a place for real entrepreneurs to make real money. It's not a place for you to project your insecurities, rant about politics, or swing your ego around. Free communities can sour quickly if expectations aren't set, so I'm setting this. This community is a business community, not a self-improvement community. No one wants to see your gym progress pictures. No one needs to hear about your dating life or your cold approach method. No one cares about your no-fap streak. No one cares about your thought leadership or LinkedIn style rants. And no one wants to see your biceps. No one cares whether you're red pill, blue pill, black pill. No one gives a shit about any of that. No one cares about how good you are at talking to girls or the fact that you wake up at 5 a.m. This is a business community. It is not a self-improvement community. If you post anything related to this, you will be permanently banned from the community. And the reason, this sounds a bit harsh, and I know that it sounds a bit harsh, but if I don't set this expectation and I put 100,000 20-year-old guys in a community without setting some rules, like, this sort of shit happens. And I've seen this manifest before, in the same way that this is not a place to pitch or hire. Again, this is a community where we add value, do the work, and stay focused. This is not a place to pitch or further your own commercial interests. The only person that's allowed to pitch in here is me, all right? Because it's mine. Anyway, that was hilarious. So no one wants your funnel link. No one wants to see your value post. You know, when someone like writes up like a nice long form thing, like, oh, DM me the word bellend if you want to buy my thing. No one wants that. No one wants to, that was a bit harsh. No one needs your ebook. No one wants to exchange follows. Like, oh, anyone got, what are we, 13-year-old girls? No one wants your Instagram. Oh, send me your Instagram, bro, and I'll send you mine. We'll exchange follows, but I'll unfollow you 3 days later so that my ratio stays high. None of that. No one wants to see your hiring post saying, I need to find this job, any setters. If you post anything related to this crap, you'll be permanently banned from the community. Okay, you'll be removed forever, and we will not let you back in. And I'm going to create a list of people that I will know I won't let back in based on a lot of variables. So do not do it. Okay. Again, I'm not trying to be like some harsh dictator. I'm just protecting this community and your interests with my life and my ego, apparently, as well. So posting wins. So as you go through the classroom and take action items, you're going to start winning. Okay. You're going to start making progress, and that's going to feel good. And we want to create a culture of celebration. So please do not hesitate to post your wins in the community and start a conversation about, importantly, your business-related achievements. Okay? So I don't want you to just be like, oh, I made a cold approach today, bro, and this girl, and now I've got a date later, guys. Like, we're here to talk business, all right? We don't care about that. You can go to plenty of other communities to do that if that's what you desire. We're here to make money, get clients, and become financially free, not talk about what to say to a woman when she says that she hates you, all right? So blinders on. So something that's pretty important that I want you to understand here is for the next 6 weeks, I want you to do something called putting on the blinders, okay? Or the educational blinders. So when a horse has a race, the jockey or the team will put blinders on it, and you can see them here. And blinders are basically things they put on the side of their eyes to keep the horse looking straight ahead in the direction of the finish line. And I want you to do the same thing with this program and basically put on some metaphorical blinders, if that makes sense. So what this means is that for the next 6 weeks, the only source of non-fiction material or information that you should consume should come from this program. So first of all, you might think you know a few things about business and building companies and making money. And you might have spent some time watching YouTube videos and watching podcasts, and maybe you've got sort of pieces of knowledge that you just can't seem to string them together. What I want you to do is just keep an open mind here and let go of everything you think you already know about business unless you're already successful. So if you're already successful, that's fine. Like your paradigm and your information mechanism is working in your favor. But what a lot of people do is they come into things like this with these preconceived beliefs and this information, this knowledge, which doesn't work. Because here's the thing. If what you already knew to be true, if the information you already had available to you was the right information, then you'd have acted it out and you'd be making money and you wouldn't be in this program, if that makes sense. So what I just want to try and encourage you to do, and I'm not telling you to forget everything you already know, if it's helpful. I'm just saying that let go of all these biases and beliefs you might have about how business works or how to make money online, and just sort of try your best to like blank slate yourself and reset your brain to just come in with a completely open mind. Unsubscribe from all your email lists, close all the books you're reading, and also remove all videos, podcasts, and other educational material or media from your life just for the next 6 weeks. This isn't a permanent thing. I'm not saying you can't have other mentors. I'm not trying to tell you that I am this singular source of truth, like there's some cult that I'm trying to build here or some religious practice. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that I'm asking you to do this because I truly mean it when I say that everything you need to start your business and get your first couple of clients and make real money here is contained in this program. You don't need anything else, okay? I've built this thing very meticulously, okay? Now, the way that I got rich was by picking one single mentor and studying their content relentlessly for years and years. So the stuff that I went through to become a millionaire, that I went through one course, and I watched that course, I kid you not, probably about 70 times. And I know that sounds insane, but I'm not even joking. I like, when I found the first piece of information that started making me money, I just relentlessly over and over and over again just repeated that stuff in my mind at every opportunity. I just rewatch. And all I paid attention to was one person. I didn't have any other mentors, just one guy that had done what I wanted to do. And all I did was listen to him. And that's why I'm encouraging you to do the same. I'm not trying to create some bias here where it's like some cult leader thing where only listen to me and I'm the only source of truth. Because no, there's plenty of ways to get rich. And there's hundreds of ways to build businesses and make money online. But if you try and listen to lots of different people and lots of different advice, you're going to get your wires crossed and you're going to get contradicted and not know what's right and what's wrong. And you just need a nice, comprehensive, linear, clean, easy pathway, just one thing to follow, if that makes sense. So I got to multimillionaire status with one single source of information, that being my mentor. You truly do not need to listen to anything else. So this doesn't mean that everyone else is wrong. That's not true at all. There's people who are like rich and successful and do really well with different information and different methods and styles. I'm just saying that this will work if you listen to it and don't cross your wires with the opinions of loads of other people. So again, like there's lots of information out there. Lots of it's accurate. Lots of it is inaccurate as well. There's plenty of people that can help you make money online. I'm not the only one. I'm not the single source of truth. But if you treat this program in that way, then you actually listen and pay attention and not try and like get all crossed over, if that makes sense. So support mechanisms. So whenever you have a question or need some help with any content or anything, we are going to be on hand to help you and support you. So you can ask the community, where we'll be able to basically hop in and support you. And you can hop into our live streams and ask your questions there as well. So I host live streams. You can see them in the classroom, in the calendar, and you can ask me questions directly there. We'll be able to help you in either place. Just make sure that before you ask any questions, you've watched all relevant content and completed all your action items relevant to the question, okay? So pretty simple. We're there to help you. And when you need it, you can use either the classroom, sorry, not the classroom, you can use the community, or you can use the calendar. Now, again, if you have a question relevant to a video, just make sure that you watch that video properly and you've done the action, you've done what you can. Otherwise, I don't want people like posting questions like, how do I do this? And it's like, oh bro, that's literally covered in the video. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. So this is a pretty interesting idea that I want to sort of put you up to the task for, really. Now, if you want to, I would suggest that you vlog your experience with this program. Now, I recorded a weekly vlog for my first year in business, and I love watching back and seeing the progress I've made. So look, some of you aren't going to do this. Some of you will. Some of you will love this. So it's not like an obligation, but I would strongly encourage you to do this for the sake of accountability and identity shifting, which I'll explain in week 2. But what I do, if I was you and I was watching this and I know what I know, I would upload this to my socials and to YouTube because it's an insane accountability strategy. You're not going to get loads of views. You're not going to get this mad personal brand built. But popular vlogs that are consistent and grab my attention will be rewarded accordingly. Okay. Now I'm going to leave that a little bit open-ended and a little bit out in the air. But if you start a vlog like an Imperium Academy Charlie Morgan Challenge vlog or something, and it does well, then there will be rewards and there will be incentives and things that we can talk about. Okay. So example titles, you could just, I don't know how, you can structure it in any which way you want. But you kind of get my point. Like it would be pretty cool to vlog this thing to go from 0 to hero and talk about like how you've done it. And I would do it if it was me, right? You get the point. I'd strongly suggest you do this, even if you only have a simple iPhone. You don't have to do any editing. It's just simple iPhone, make weekly videos talking about what you've done. It will be a great reflection opportunity and will keep you accountable and also help you build a community, an audience, and an authority. If I was starting again, I would do this. So you can do with that what you will, but it's pretty cool because you can show yourself doing the action items and talking about it. So a couple of productivity tools for you because this is going to take a lot of work. So to manage this, there's only 3 productivity tools that I use every day, okay? I use Google Calendar, I use something called the Warm App Calendar, and I use a daily planner. So I'm going to walk you through these quickly. So here's what my calendar looks like. So what you can do in Google Calendar is you can format it to have events recur every day at the same time. And this allows you to build a proper routine, and it allows you to build a proper consistent schedule for your behavior and your biology and your hormones and your mental health and everything. And it allows you to schedule rest and recovery and all these things. So I would suggest that you do this, get into your calendar and build it out so that you've got a nice clear idea as to what you want your routine to be like over the next 6 weeks as you build this through. And you can see that I schedule in like when I'm making YouTube videos or when I'm eating or when I'm talking to my team members or when I'm doing like recordings or whatever. This is actually a bit of an old one. It's from a few years ago, so my schedule doesn't look like this anymore, but you get my point, okay? Second to that is the Warm App Calendar. Now, if you want to do this, you can go to make a copy here for yourself, and I'm pretty sure that's shared. Yes, it is. So you can go File, Make a Copy, and you can have access to this. This is basically like a calendar that I use to plan all of my days, and you can come in here and you can just put in like, you know, watch video 1.2 and then do action items from X, you know, and you can start to organize your time. And I've been using this every single day for 6 years probably. So it's pretty cool. And you can start to see like what's happened. So like if you're like, you know, watch 1.2 elucidatory axioms, which is the next video, right? Then, you know, you can do Command Shift X and cross it out. So you know you've done it. And then you can see what you've done and what you need to do. And you can start scheduling things out in advance and you can start putting in to-do lists and stuff here. So I'd recommend you use this and get familiar with it because I've used it and I've got it bookmarked and it's my primary productivity tool. The next thing is the Daily Planner. This is pretty awesome because this basically allows you to plan your day. So I use this, I've got hundreds of these printed out in my office. And basically what I do at the end of every day is I log in my, I plan tomorrow today, if that makes sense. So I'll plan down specifically what I want to do, and it's specifically in half-an-hour increments, so it's really clear. I'll put the date in, and I'll just map out everything I want to do, and when I want to do it, when I want to eat, when I want to do this, that, when I've got meetings, etc. And what I do for every day is have my to-do list or productivity inventory, to use better terms. And, you know, usually there's only 1 or 2 things on here, but I'll put these things in that I want to get done. And at the end of the day, I'll put in how I could have improved, how many sales calls I booked, how many sales calls I conducted, and then I'll tally up how many times I got majorly distracted. so that I can work on becoming aware of my distractions. I'll also put in how many hours I worked, my focus score out of 100, and my output score out of 100. So I'll just subjectively measure my day. Like, was I like focused? Yeah, I was focused like 70%. My output, like I got everything done. I was a machine. Output was 90%. Then what you do is you take the focus and the output, add them together, divide them by 2, and then each day gets a rating. And then that way you can start tracking your days, and you can start like understanding like what your rating is each day, and you can start to really get clear on your behavior. And it's just a really cool way to keep yourself productive. And I built this myself a while ago, and I've been using it for years, and it's made me millions of dollars. You can get as crazy as you want with productivity, but honestly, I've made $40 million with a spreadsheet and a Google Doc. So do with that what you will, okay? So that's pretty cool. So on the topic of action items, we now have a few to round off this introduction video and get you integrated into the community. So I want you to complete the following right now. Remember, the point of action items is to be done immediately without delay. So first of all, I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself to the community using this template here. So we've got this thing called the Imperium Academy member introduction template, okay? And what you want to do is you want to come in here to the community and write a post. And then there will actually be a category here, and I need to write this down a second. There'll be a category here specifically for introduce yourself, okay? And you can put that in, and then you can obviously make an introduction. Or you can just use, to be fair, maybe we'll just use general. I think it's probably easier to just use general, really. We'll see. When you come in to do this, you'll see it either says introduce yourself or general. If you don't see introduce yourself, you just use general, okay? So, hi, my name is Charlie. I'm from the UK, and my company is Imperium Acquisition. We're in the agency consulting niche. And then what you want to do is list out the things that you want to get from Imperium Academy. So like, you know, what are you actually here for? Like, what are you trying to do with this thing? And then what do you like to do for fun? Like, so what do you do outside of work or when you're not like doing this? And then share a picture of your workspace. So like this. So this is my office from a couple of years ago, blast from the past. But you can sort of see what this would look like, okay? So go and do that right now. So just introduce yourself to the community by writing a post, tagging it as general or introduce yourself, and pop it in there. And then we'll have to approve it, but you'll be able to just introduce yourself to the community. Next action item. This is a huge one. Like, I did this at the start of my journey. It helped massively. What I want you to do is invite 2 or more friends that you think would want to start their own business and join you on this journey. So you probably know someone or a couple of people who you think, yeah, they could probably join me on this journey. Like, they want to start a business. Like, I can see them being an entrepreneur. Make a group chat with them and hold each other accountable. It will help you so much. I did this at the start of my journey. There was 3 of us building together, and there were times I didn't quit because of how close I was to these people, you know. So here's the link to invite them. You can just send them this link. Just say, hey man, I'm starting this free course on how to start a business. It looks pretty cool, and the guy making it seems like he's pretty insane, but check it out. And then, you know, hold them accountable. They can hold you accountable. Like, do this, like, invite someone, like at least someone. There's got to be someone, you know, who you can do this with, right? And just think really hard on that, because once, like, it will grow the community, and that's great, and obviously fantastic, but I don't really care about that, to be honest, because we're going to have enough people in anyway. But it will get you better results, accountability-wise. The next thing, and this is another thing that's huge that I did as well at the beginning, post on your socials that you're doing this. Like, people don't think about this from an accountability perspective. This is insanely important, because once you make it public and tell people you know that you're doing this, you're suddenly accountable. So social media feels permanent to us. It's a very strong way to solidify intention and identity, and this will help you big time. So, you know, post the link, post the program on your Instagram, your Twitter, your Snapchat, your LinkedIn, your Facebook, whatever else you see. Like, tell them the name of the program while you're doing it, link it and post with your goals, like what you want to achieve. Like, you get my point. Like, suddenly you'll find that you have 10 times more motivation and won't give up because everyone knows you're doing it. I did this when I started, and it helped massively. And it you know, if it feels a bit weird or a bit uncomfortable to do that, then that's good. And it's a really good sign that you should do this, because like, when you do this, when you just say like, okay, like, you know, like, I'm not going to give you like a fucking template to do this, because it has to be in your words, right? But you just put it on your socials. Be like, hey, I'm doing this course, and next time you see me, I'll be making 10K a month. Like, when you like, and now everyone sees that, and they're like, oh, he's gonna do it. And people will judge you and be like, oh, you're an idiot, you can't make this. But my God, will this light a fire under you? So I would strongly suggest you do that. And again, it might feel a bit uncomfortable to do, but that's the whole point. The whole point of this is getting you out your comfort zone. So I would do it. I did it. It works really well. Action item. So just go and spend 10 to 15 minutes engaging in the community and just get settled in. So, hop into the community and just engage with some of the recent posts just for 15 minutes. This will just help you warm up, maybe meet a couple of people in there. Action item. Go to the map and find someone nearby, message them and make a friend. So hop into the map here and just find the person closest to you. And bear in mind, there's no one in here right now. I haven't launched this thing yet, so you're not going to see anything at all. But, if you're in northern Spain, in Durango, definitely not pronouncing that. If there's someone up the road from you, just ping them a message. Be like, hey man, I'm just starting this as well. Like, what's up? Find the person closest to you, make a little connection with them, make a friend. It'll go a long way to holding you accountable. Action item, put the weekly live streams in your calendar and attend every one. So come over to the calendar. They're not in there right now, but you'll see the weekly live streams. Put them in there, get them in your calendar, bookmark them, remind yourself, get them set up so you can join. Really important you join them to ask any questions. So do all of these things right now, okay? And I know there's some resistance, but don't procrastinate. Don't put them off. Remember what I've said about action items. Don't put them on some list or ignore them or go and make a cup of tea and come back to it later. No. These things, they take you, this whole thing is not going to take 20 minutes, 25, 30 minutes tops. I know we've only just met, right? And I understand that obviously, we're still getting to grips with each other here, but I need you to put some trust in me and this program for this to work, right? Once you've done them, we can start this journey together and turn you into a financially free millionaire. And I truly mean this, like, let's get to changing your life. Like, enough's enough. Like, this is actually going to be like a turning point for you. Like, if life's been kind of shitty up until now and you've had a hard time and you've been broke and you've been unhappy and you've not been in a good place, like, this is actually going to turn it around. And I mean that with every level of sincerity, intensity, and conviction. It's going to blow you away and you're going to love it. But the only way it's going to work is if you do the action items and you trust me and you listen to me, okay? So with that said, that's the introduction. Do these action items and we can finally get into the meat and bones of this content and really start working our way through and building this thing and making you some damn money. I will see you in the next video.